Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat that is can't fall. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this law that say, I did sunrise and sundown. Him a go dear like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in the season. Him leaf never a go wither, and whatsoever him doeth shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now, they saw them there like a chaff, which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon judgment, nor the sin among them in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord God, Jah, never the way of the righteous, and the way of the sin among them always and always. I will perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Jah! Kramawe grumabe atila Igzag beer Tanaistalin Abba Shante 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 Kramawe grumabe atila. Where two centuries meet in the name of the Most High Jah. At the so Jaja de. If Jaja never build up your house, the builder I go build it in vain. Same way, if Jaja never watch upon them, same house will build for you. The watchman I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it, and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks and I says unto your name, King of kings and Lord of lords, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. Amasa Yahuda, Amasa, Negusto Nogusto Danielam, Komaya Sataya, Aimana Pio Aya, Kramawe Grumabe Atila. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk RASTA. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, so many ingredients are in this black pot, subjected to some amount of heating, and they produce that homogeneous product known as food for our nourishment. When it's food time, it is enjoyment time, nourishment time, and of course, togetherness. Oh my God, we experience. Now, the black pot is so significant and symbolical of Africa. It represents the continent of Africa, and the ingredients in there represent us. So when we have the continent of Africa as the black pot, the ingredients as us, you realize that ingredients have different colors, different flavors, different tastes, different sizes. But they put away all these differences and come together to be subjected to some heating, which is the sacrifice to produce food for our nourishment and longevity. In order to have longevity on this continent, we have to sacrifice. We have to be able to be sacrificial lambs, and at the same time, we must be able to come together to agree to disagree. My brother, my sister, this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And we are live on Pan-African TV, also live on Loud Silence TV. We are also live on, oh my God, I may say, Ghana Web TV and Black Empire TV. Via satellite, we are seen all over the continent of Africa and beyond. That is why your business will do so well here. Pick up our number on the screen. Yes, you can send us a WhatsApp message or give us a WhatsApp call for free. Talk to us about your business. Let's put your business on the screens and let's push it up. Let's be that lifeline over your staggering business line. The more the African businesses prosper, the more we prosper. We are seen in Nigeria, Cameroon, Algeria, Morocco, even Mozambique, all over the continent of Africa and beyond. This is the biggest show on Pan-Africanism. We are masters of Pan-Africanism on TV, Pan-African TV. Now let me look at the very first story for today. What is it talking about today? Watch it. It says what? Farmers market at last. I was in France recently, and they have a special day within the week where they have what is known as the farmers market. Farmers from all over the area will bring their wares to the market and sell that cheaply to the people. My brother, my sister, this gives us two very important assurances that the prices can be controlled. One, you will still get quality, and at the same time, in fact, there will not be any post-harvest losses. I suggested this a couple of days ago, that if we have what is known as planting for jobs and food in Ghana, and the government is boasting that there's no food shortage in Ghana, then prove it by establishing the farmers market. It looks like the agric minister listened to me, and they want to be able to prove something. Can they prove it? Watch the headlines. Boom! Coming up. Look what is happening in the headlines. And this is from My Joy Online. Agric minister to reduce high food prices in Accra with direct sales. Remember, this is only Accra. And it's dated what? 2nd November. It means the day I was talking, they were actually listening. And they decided that they would be able to do this. Can they do it? Let's watch the story. What does it say? It says the Minister of Food and Agriculture will from next week directly engage in transporting foodstuffs from farming communities to sell at controlled prices in the Greater Accra region. Food and Agriculture Minister Dr. Owusu Efriya-Kuto, who outlined the plan, believes it will curtail the incessant increase of foodstuff prices in the market as a result of high transportation costs and ensure urban consumers enjoy reasonable prices. Now, interacting with farmers and input dealers in Sefche, we also of the Western North region on Monday, Dr. Akuto observed that prices of foodstuffs increase in about 10-folds when they are transported to the capital. Come. The situation, he noted, creates the perception that there is food shortage in the country. My brother, my sister, watch it. It says the prices of food in Greater Accra are so high. One of you said the price of plantain from the farm gate to Safirioso here increases about 3-folds. How about when they are taken to Accra? It increases in about 10-folds. So those in Accra think there is no food, but there is a lot of food, as you know. We only have to ensure that we get the price reduced for the people in Accra, he stated. It is on the back of this that he made the revelation that the ministry will facilitate the transportation of food from farm gates to urban centers, particularly to Greater Accra region. Dash it away. Dash it away. Now look at this. And this one is from Paul's. It says, Agric minister to start selling foodstuffs to Ghanaians at low prices. Minister reveals. The Minister of Food and Agriculture, Dr. Owusu Akoto, every year has disclosed that his ministry is putting plans in place to start selling food to Ghanaians at low prices. Dash it away. My brother, my sister, how are they going to do it? Are they going to have designated places where people can freely walk up to and buy the food? Now, information reaching me has said that they are going to take it to the Ministry of Agriculture in Accra. And in front of the ministry, they will put some food there and start to sell. Security. Number 2, how many people would the area be able to contain? Wouldn't there be a rush? Would they not need a bigger place to do this? For how long can they continue doing this? These are all questions we all need to answer. I can tell you without any doubt that the very first day that they bring the food, there would be a huge rush because everybody is hungry. Prices have skyrocketed. In some cases, 20 times the original price. So if the Minister of Agriculture comes out to say, oh, we have food here for sale, can we have them tell us what kind of food they have and what the prices are? Publish that. How much does watermelon cost? At what size? At what weight? How much does a bag of rice cost? How about a basket of tomatoes? At what weight? Let's know all these prices before we come. How are they going to be able to serve the people? Who is going to receive the money? How is it going to be done? Is it the farmers who are coming there to sell? Or the Ministry of Agric buying the foodstuffs and rather coming there to sell to the populace? Until this is done well, there would be a problem. But I still doubt this. I am waiting for it to happen, so that I will be able to come again and report to you. Remember, we were the first to moot this idea to the government. Some people think we only just criticize, but we also give solutions. When we suggested this, they picked it up quickly. My brother, my sister, and today, we are going to see how it is going to be implemented. For how many days will they do that? How many hours a day? How many days in a week? My brother, my sister, it has to be designated. Would it only be in front of the Ministry of Agric? Or they will move to the Independence Square and some other big places? Will they go to Ashaiman? Will they go to Nima? What is the security like in those places? We need to know all these things. My brother, my sister, is Ghana going to begin selling by weighing the product, or it is still pricing using the eye? In Ghana, we don't weigh anything. When you go to Europe and we are buying most of these foodstuffs, they are weighed. Here, no. They look at how round it is, how fresh it is, and then they charge you. Another day you go, and the prices change depending on what the seller sees. We need to bring all these things into action so that we can have a certain kind of fair pricing. My brother, my sister, congratulations to the Agric Minister and the Agric Ministries. In fact, we are going to keep pace with you to find out how this is going to work. In fact, if it works good, I will be the first to come here and applaud you. After all, that was my original idea. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukuchonemo, where we don't only just criticize, we also give solutions. Dash it away and bring me the next title. And come! Come! MP wants 20% now for full salary. You know what that means? The MP wants to work 20% now. The MP wants to work 20% now. Check the headline. MP wants to work. Work has been omitted. Put in work. MP wants to work 20% now for full salary. My brother, an MP in Parliament, that's a member of Parliament, has come out to say that because of the high increases and the high cost of petroleum products, every Ghanaian is going through problems. And for that matter, MPs driving to the Parliament House almost every day to sit and discuss the nation and be able to discuss laws and so on and so forth, as they have been mandated to do, is becoming burdensome. Is becoming economically burdensome. And for that matter, this MP is looking up to attending meetings only twice a week. And the rest of the days, they will be at home sleeping and snoring. They would work 20%, yet they want to take full salary. MP wants to work 20% now for full salary. What a joke. What a joke. Now, if MPs who are receiving such hefty salaries, well, Canada Japan is not going to agree with me. He says it's peanuts. That the MP salary is nothing but paltry sums. My brother, my sister, the amount of money you receive in crisis, when you are supposed to even double the number of meetings that you have to be able to quicken the pace of development, you rather want to relent. You see how some of these, our MPs, can joke? Ghanaian MP proposes working 2 days a week due to high fuel prices. And this one was published by the Pulse. A member of Parliament for Aswojaman, Thomas Ampemnyako, has proposed that lawmakers are allowed to attend work only 2 days a week due to the high cost of fuel. According to him, it doesn't make economic sense that the legislators attend parliament from Tuesday to Friday in these hard times when prices of fuel keep skyrocketing. Did you hear that? While speaking on the floor of Parliament, Ampim Nyako said the House should consider sitting for longer hours whilst reducing the number of working days. I went to the shop to buy something. When I came back, 3,000 Ghana cedis was my bill. I had 2,100. So I had to call my colleague to send me Momo so that I am avoiding using. Send me Momo that I am avoiding using. All right. So we can make some sense from this. I'm sure this MP is coming from the minority side that was so much against the Momo. And he's saying, I read it again so we can make full sense out of this. I went to the shop to buy something. When I came back, 3,000 Ghana cedis was my bill. I had 2,100, so I had to call my colleague to send me Momo that I am avoiding using before I was able to pay my bill. So, Mr. Speaker, looking at the kind of business that we have, is it possible that we stay for 6 hours a day? Instead of coming for 2 hours, then we go back. Even if it is 8 hours, we will be able to stay and do the business for 2 days. That way, we can save 500 Ghana cedis on fuel every week, he proposed. I don't know what mathematics this is. The majority leader and Minister for Parliamentary Affairs, Osei Mensah Bonsu, objected to the suggestion and termed it outlandish. It's more than just outlandish. Dash it away. This is outlandish behavior. Nauseous. My brother, it's almost like saying, and listen to common sense. It's almost like saying, the doctor says, take 2 tablets of this, 2 every day for 5 days. They say, oh, it wastes your time. Why don't you just take all 2 times 5 days, 10 at once, so that, you can rest for the rest of the days? That's what you are saying. Have you forgotten that every day you come with fresh ideas? Have you forgotten that the longer you sit, the more boring it gets? And sometimes you just go sit down there and shout, yeah, and play the buffoonery and go away. Huh? Now you want to sit long hours. So some of you can cut corners. Some of you can moonlight. My brother, my sister, this is what Parliament has been reduced to. If parliamentarians are struggling to pay for fuel, how about us? I go to work 5 times a week. I only rest on weekends. And I am not a minister of state. I am not an MP. But I understand that I need to do my service to the people. Contribute my quota. When I sit on radio and talk to the masses, I know what that does to them. I know what healing that sends out to them. Do you know how many people would have their day totally demolished if they don't hear me on radio for 1 day? We have tested it before. I don't need to blow my horn. It's just a mission. And that mission would have to be fulfilled. MP, please stop this joke. When we return, we have more for you. Hey! Wayo!
Blackpot. Coco show, man.
This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushono. Of course, the work of the MP is so serene and beautiful. It's indoors, it is clean, it is very, very beautiful. No weight lifting. You don't carry anything on your head. That is what every middle class and bourgeoisie class would like for their children. Those of us will stay behind and carry all the load. Hallelujah. Next thing I want to look at, my brother, my sister, also carries weight, unlike the work of the MP. Come along. What does it say? Come. Rail transport high in demand, right? Rail transport in high demand in Accra. Watch it. And what is it saying? I don't know the last time I saw a train in Accra. In fact, the last one that I saw some years back was almost like scraps walking on rails. And there was no human being in it. I think it was carrying some bauxite or something. Now we have this all painted in Ghana colors. Very beautiful. This is an old type of train. In fact, in Europe, they don't use these trains anymore. These trains are not used in Europe. In some countries in Africa, they use this to carry goats and sheep. In fact, in some parts of Africa, they use this to carry only rocks and sand. But in Ghana, we use it to carry human beings. And interestingly, the rails on which these trains run, we have people who are there selling wares, broniwewu, aka second-hand clothing. Some people even sell goats and sheep there. Some people have even decided to make it their sleeping places because the trains don't normally come. But because of high cost of fuel, people are now patronizing the trains in Ghana. Watch. Patronage of train services in Accra on the rise due to fuel price increases. Hold it there. Hold it. Watch me. Watch me. Hear me. Listen. The rail lines in Ghana, for some time now, people even steal them. Yes. The rail lines. Some people steal them and sell them as scraps to Chinese. So if the train happens to be on that rail by accident, it will crash. But a lot of the rail lines don't even have trains passing there. The last time any train passed there was 1909 when Nkrumah was born. After that, no train ever passed there again. So boys, hungry boys, go out there and steal these rails, heavy rails. I don't know how they are able to do that. Then they sell that to Chinese people right there in Tema to use as scraps. They smelt that, produce something and bring back to us and sell to us. Patronage of train services in Accra on the rise due to fuel price increase. Show me the story. What does it say? It says the Ghana Railway Company Limited says patronage of its services has shot up significantly since fuel prices and transport fares started surging. Currently, petrol and diesel prices are being interesting. This grammar is sick. I'm going to take it again. Currently, petrol and diesel prices are being, that's sick grammar. I'm going to correct it. Currently, petrol and diesel products are being sold at an average of 18 and 23 Ghana cedis per litre from the previous prices of 15 and 19 per litre respectively. I hope that was what they wanted to put out there, a slip. You know, sometimes some of these things happen, you know. Energy and analysts have predicted a bleak predicament for Ghanaians as they expect a further increment in the next pricing window. Ghanaians have already initiated alternatives to escape from the high transportation fares by opting for the use of train. According to the Ghana Railway Company, passenger numbers have doubled in the last week alone. As we speak now, in terms of patronage, it has gone high. Just even yesterday, we exceeded our normal intake. It is normally supposed to take around 335 passengers. But yesterday and the day before, we exceeded. This morning, it went up to 382 thereabouts. So that clearly tells you that people have now accepted the train. Hold it there, hold it. Do I understand this well? Listen on. The man says the train takes how many people? 335. But because customers are rising, they now pack more people on the train. Almost 20 more people. Are they overloading the train? I don't get it. I read it again. As we speak now, in terms of patronage, it has gone high. Just even yesterday, we exceeded our normal intake. Normal intake. It is normally supposed to take around, listen, normally supposed to take around 335 passengers. But yesterday and the day before, we exceeded. This morning, it went up to 382 thereabouts. Please, if this is what it is, do not overload the trains. Train accidents are like plane accidents. People normally don't survive. Keep our trains safe. Congratulations. In fact, we need more trains in Ghana. When you go to England, it's all about the trains. You go to America, it's all about the trains. When you go to France, it's all about the trains. In fact, recently I was in France for 8 days. I think it was only on 2 occasions out of the about 80 times that we went out that we had to sit in cars. The rest, we sat in trains. My brother, trains save a lot of transportation problems. But in Ghana, our leaders are not looking towards train transportation. What is the Minister of Transport doing? Let's look there very seriously and be able to deal with this situation. My brother, my sister, when I return, I'll be telling you more. But in the interim, I have a quiz question for you. You see this kind of trains in Ghana? I told you that in some countries, they use that to carry goats and sheep. In some countries, even in Africa, they use that to carry sand and rocks from the factories. But here, we use that to carry human beings. These are outmoded. In Europe, they will put this in the museum. In America, children will pay from different schools to come and look at how primitive people were sitting in trains 20 million years ago. But here, that is what we are still using. Which African country was the best to use modern fast trains, aka bullet trains? You know a bullet train? That one that goes... Bullet train. Fast. High speed. Fast track. Which country in Africa? Certainly not Ghana, because we are still using the goats and sheep train. Do you know the answer? Hey! Wayo!
Blakk, Coco show, man.
This is the Blakk Pot, aka Coco Show, where we speak truth to power. So you saw the bullet train. When are we going to have it in Ghana? And Nigeria also just got some bullet trains. Can you believe that? Congratulations, Nigeria. Ghana is still using the goats and sheep train, the rock and sand train. And when it's moving, it's like there's an earthquake. Chuku chaka, chuku chaka, chuku chaka, chuku chaka, chuku chaka, chuku chaka, chuku chaka. I don't know what the Jamaican trains look like. In Jamaica, if you don't want to feel like the train is shaking you, all you need to do is to cross your leg, and then you look into the air and go, I love my Jamaican people, man. I love my Jamaican people. Jamaica is such a beautiful island. Listen, they say out of many, one. They tolerate so many different things, but when they get angry, they will make sure that the right things are done, just like in Ghana. In fact, Ghanaians are more tolerant than Jamaican people. When Jamaicans come to Ghana, they normally say, Ghanaians are so slow, you know. You understand? Because we didn't go through the Middle Passage in slavery. Jamaicans are Ghanaians. Honestly, Ghanaians and Nigerians combined. But they went through the Middle Passage. We didn't. So yes, they are we, but more. My brother, my sister, don't try a Jamaican train. All your ribs will be broken. And don't try a Zambian train. You will arrive without your head. My brother, my sister, we need better trains in this country. Dash it away and show me the next thing. What is the next thing saying? Natural healing for Galamsey water. There's a wonderful woman who is teaching us how to deal with the water that has been destroyed. Galamsey water. Illegal mining has destroyed our water left, right, and center. Now we don't even know what to do with ourselves. Galamsey, illegal mining, has polluted the land. Flora and fauna destroyed. It's crazy. My brother, my sister, this pretty lady here is telling us how to deal with the water and get it clean again. But she's mentioning some things that look like it's juju. She's mentioning some things that look like akwanchere. You know, these days when you go to the pastors, they tell you, oh, go and bring this, go here, and put this here, just like some malams do. Watch what she's showing us to do. Lecturer. This woman is a lecturer. Lecturer suggests use of moringa, coconut, corn husk in treating Galamsey polluted water. 3 things. Moringa, coconut, corn husk in treating Galamsey polluted water. How? A senior lecturer at the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, GIMPA, Dr. Ajua Yerenchi Fiankun, is proposing the use of local materials in the treatment of polluted water due to illegal mining, Galamsey activities. She says moringa seeds, coconut, and corn husks have proven to be effective materials in dealing with Galamsey-induced water contamination. This came to light during City TV's roundtable discussion on Galamsey, held on Thursday, November 3, 2022. Dr. Fiankun's proposal was based on research findings from her doctoral thesis titled Impact of Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining on Water Bodies and Treatment, a case study of Birim River Basin in Ghana, sharing her thoughts on how to deal with the menace. She said coconut and corn husks are able to remove 100% of lead from polluted water, whilst moringa seeds clear about 99% of iron particles. My God. Coconut husk and corn husk again remove about 97% and 88% of iron from polluted water, respectively. Some materials are able to remove about 70% of arsenic, from the water. I don't know what arsenic is, which is generally good, she said. Dr. Ajua Yerenchi Fiankun further disclosed that moringa also serves as a coagulant. You know what it means to say a coagulant? I'm sure some of you are hearing this word for the first time. You know what it means to say coagulate? To thicken. So what is she saying? Dr. Ajoye Renchi Fiankun further disclosed that moringa also serves as a coagulant, which has proven to be almost effective as an alum in the treatment of water. Did you get that? Coagulant, I told you, like to solidify, to bring together. So when you drop alum in water, you realize that it brings all the particles down and the water is clear and then they lump up together at the bottom, right? That's a coagulant. New word, new vocabulary. This should have been taught to you by the Minister of New Vocabulary, Oponkruma. So these are some of the findings we came back with. With the moringa seeds, what you have to do is wash, dry, and crush them, and add them to the water, and make sure that there is some contact time. With the research, we used about 30 minutes contact time by just shaking it for about 3 minutes and allowing it to sit for a while. The lecturer explained. Dash it away. Very simple procedure. But will they buy that? Is she a German? Is she an American? Is she British? If she's none of these, then her ideas don't matter. If she was German, they would have listened to her. Japanese, they would have listened to her. Chinese, American, hey, French. But this is black, like us. Some people would even see this as juju. Some people would even see this as backward. That you should go and stand by Birim and be throwing moringa seeds in there. Throwing moringa seeds. Throwing moringa seeds. You should stand by Birim and then corn husk. You know what corn husk is? The one that they used to do dokuno. Yes, dokuno. You should crush that and throw that into the water. Jesus. Somebody would quickly videotape you and put it out there. You are there doing rituals. Madam, Doc, we thank you so much. We appreciate you. This is the kind of research we've been looking for all this while. I'm glad she wasn't talking about, oh, you go into the laboratory and you add sulfuric acid to nitrogen oxide 2206, and then zinc acid will come all the way from the atmosphere that will coagulate into a certain kind of acid which comes like a bomb and goes pss, 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 and that pss, 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 is ram propanophyl menthol 8, and you confuse everybody. If you ask this person to go through that, they won't even be able to do that. They know it here. But to do it, no. I'm glad you are mentioning these things. Corn husk, moringa, and what? And what? We add all these things, coconut, and we are done. Please, remember this woman. Make sure you reward her. I love you. I respect you. Mommy, please get in contact. I would like to buy you lunch. Please, it's free lunch. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. Come! Next thing. Sulley Muntari bears it all. Check that word. Is it. Bears it all. My brother, my sister, is this the last thing we're looking at today? Sulley Muntari is a Ghanaian footballer. He has what is known as the bullet shot. Just like the bullet train. Piff! Then you see the ball going in there like juju. Boof! And it goes in. Sulley Muntari, in fact, played in some of the biggest leagues internationally. Sulley Muntari came home and played for some local teams. All of a sudden, he started wearing dreadlocks, just like me. Because this guy listens to my radio show like mad. He loves Black Rasta, and he listens so much to my show. Sulley Muntari has been talking. And I'm going to look at two very important things Sulley Muntari talked about. Now, in his days of playing football for the Black Stars, they saw him as a violent person, very temperamental, and the media put it in the minds of Ghanaians that this was a guy who was so temperamental, he couldn't work with anybody, he was fighting with everybody, and he never responded to anything. Now that he's almost retiring, he's not retired yet. In fact, this guy is now talking. His mother was called Hajia Kande. Hajia Kande passed on. It's one of the things that really shake him anytime he thinks about her death. But he's been able to do a lot of things for Hajia Kande. So Hajia Kande is actually resting in peace. In the days, Hajia Kande would even speak to the media and say, leave my son alone. Why are you always talking about my son and putting him in a negative space? I'm sure when he remembers these things, how the media spoke so badly about him, and his mother had to come in and talk, he feels bad. But Sulley Muntari has talked about a few things. Number one is this. Sulley Muntari finally breaks silence on slapping incident at 2014 World Cup and apologizes, of course, to Parker. Who is Parker? Oh my God. What is the story saying? Ghanaian football legend Sulley Ali Muntari has issued a heartfelt apology to the owner of Midiama Sporting Club, Moses Ama Parker, who was a victim of his rage during the 2014 World Cup in Brazil. 2014, that's how many years ago? 8 years ago. Muntari says that immediately after the incident in the Black Stars Hotel in Brazil, he felt remorseful and has been looking for an opportunity to say sorry to the former Black Stars Management Committee member. The former AC Milan midfielder explained that he had nothing personal against Parker, but was forced to react after bottling up a lot of issues. Muntari extended the apology to the family of the renowned businessman as he believes his actions might have caused them some discomfort. I never had the chance to talk to him, but I don't think I had problems with him during the World Cup. It was a pile of a lot of things that led to me bursting out. I'm someone who doesn't talk, and when I work really hard. I don't disrespect elders, so it will take a lot of things for me to react. Unfortunately, he was sitting in front of me and things got really bad. Immediately it happened and I felt really bad. I wasn't thinking just about him, but his daughter, his family, his wife, and all those things. It's not right for someone to disrespect their father. I've been looking for him to apologize to him for my behavior at that time, but I've not seen him yet. I will use this opportunity to apologize to him. I disgraced him and made people ridicule him. It was not intentional to do something like that. Whenever I see him, I will find a way to apologize to him directly. He's an elder, and I've been looking for him for a long time. I've no bad feelings about him. It was not him, but the situation, he said. Sulley Muntari also opened up on the things that led to the outburst and furore at the World Cup in Brazil. Muntari, who would not want to blame anyone, hinted that the players were frustrated with the failure of the FA and government to fulfill the promises they made to the players. Dash it away. So we all heard about it. He slapped the man. Now the story that came back was that the man slapped him back. But the way this story is going, it didn't look like the man slapped back. Parker did not do that. And Muntari feels remorseful. Now I can see that. If you know Muntari, you would believe that he's remorseful. He's apologizing on public TV, national TV, telling everybody I am sorry. I'm sure Parker has forgiven him already. I know Muntari will follow up and maybe present something nice so that anytime this man looks at it, his family looks at it, they will know that, a remorseful man came back and said sorry. In fact, this was a big issue. Promises made to the Black Stars, promises were not kept, winning bonuses were not paid. Finally, Mahama had to fly millions of dollars all the way down to Brazil to go and give to the players in a private jet. And that alone brought so much problems. I remember the FA boss at that time, one ACCRA. Later he came crying, a 3-year ACCRA, right? He came crying. It was a fiasco. My brother, my sister, this was not the only thing Muntari talked about. He talked about the day Ayew too. What did he say about the day Ayew? He told the whole nation that he didn't have a problem with the day Ayew. In fact, the day Ayew was a young player who came to join the Black Stars, and he respected him. In that interview, he said, listen, if I call the day Ayew right now, and he's in town, he will run to wherever I am. What happened was that there was a certain game we played, and he was supposed to fall back. You know, when players say fall back, it doesn't mean fall to the ground. It means return. He was supposed to fall back, and he was still coming forward. So I had to shout at him as a senior player, fall back. And he heard me and ran back. The camera caught me shouting. But it's normal with players. In fact, there are so many pictures of me and Dede Ayew hugging. My brother, my sister, this is Sulley Muntari. And Sulley Muntari is speaking to the nation. I love this brother. I honestly do. I love him. I truly do. So Sulley Muntari is here. He says he's not going to play his football here anymore. In fact, I honestly wish that the Black Stars will add him to the team. I prefer seeing Sulley Muntari play to seeing Asamoah Gyan playing. I like Asamoah Gyan. I love him. But if I was asked to present one such player, almost retiring, I'll go for Sulley Muntari. And the reason is that Sulley Muntari is such a strong player. You can push him 1,000,000 times, he will not fall. He might be a little temperamental, but he is very, very fast on the ball. True? Especially that for some time now too, Asamoah Gyan has not been actively playing and he's grown some small pot belly. It will take him time to be able to shape himself up. Sulley Muntari will do the job. If Coach Ado is listening, I know you listen to the show, you watch us. If you can, but remember you are the final decider. I can only talk. If you can, add Muntari to the team and see the magic that is going to happen. Muntari, if he's taken to the World Cup, you'll be shocked AC Milan will go for him again. You'll be shocked some top clubs will come after him again and he will make history. Because when they think your energy is faltering and they see you in action again, then they begin to see that, wow, what has this guy been eating? But it's all the energy. How many people agree that Sulley Muntari should be added to the team? Some people say, oh, he's had his days. Let him go. This is how Ghana is. We always look out for the young ones to kill quickly. It's the same thing with the music. Young artists, and then the experienced ones they call old artists. Push them away. Oh, you've had your days, go, let the new ones come. And the new ones, unsuspectingly, unbeknownst to them, are also being taken to the slaughterhouse. They push them 1 year, 2 years. Oh, you 2 years old. Go. Old at the age of 30. When Benny Spear is still touring. When Michael Jackson was still touring till his death. Miriam Makeba died on stage at her age. In Ghana, in fact, we are quick to produce new talents, force them into maturity, kill them early, and look for new talents to kill again. We are never ready to enjoy the fullness of the talent. Music. the older the better. The more you stay in music, the better you get. It might not be the same with football. With football, you need a lot of physical energy to run around, to chase the ball, run around. So after some time, you might retire a little earlier. But there are some people who only get better with age. Let's look at all these things. I believe that wonderful things can happen. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk Rasta. On this note, my brother, my sister, I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you and I love you. Take our numbers from off the screen and talk to us. Give us a simple WhatsApp call or a WhatsApp message. What business are you into? We are ready to promote that business. How much is your budget? Let's do business. The more the African businesses prosper, the more we also prosper. Give us that financial muscle to be able to push the agenda. People have asked me several times, Blakk Rasta, if you ever were president, what would you do? And I've always told them, I will spend my very first tenure of office in rewiring the minds of the Ghanaian, the mindset. The problem of Ghana is not the problem of roads and hospitals and schools. It is the problem of the mind, the mind, the mind. People will destroy all those schools you will build. Some people would go to the school at night and steal the tables and chairs, all because their mind is not right. There's no patriotism. How many people go out and steal street lights? Why are they not stealing street lights in Japan? Why is it that in Japan, people don't go about stealing things that belong to the state? Why is it that in America and England, when people work, they open up their hearts and they are loyal to whatever they do? It might not be everybody, but a big chunk. Why is it that bribes are not taken in these countries? But with us, bribery is the norm. If you don't do it, then you are crazy. If your child must go to school, you must bribe so he will get the school that you want. Oh, my son says he wants to go to Achimota school. He couldn't pass very well. And they posted him to Pesingpe JHS or Pesingpe SHS. Oh, Pesingpe. Oh, I can't even pronounce the name well. Why should my son go there? I'm a big man. I go to Achimota and I talk my way out, or go to that big school, talk my way out, and I put some word of notes, and it's done. If you are looking for a job, it's about who you know. It's not about who you know, then it's about what you have between your legs. True? Let's be real. How many people have been employed in public spaces that are not qualified? Square pegs in round holes. And when you look at them, some of them, the way they are even shaped, you will know that that's their certificate. The certificate they presented for the job is their shape. That is why all of them are running for liposuction. Celebrities, so-called celebrities, are injecting areas of their body and going through surgery to pump up and reduce things. It's all the mindset. When you live in a country where everybody sees a certain kind of thing to be beautiful, that's why Nkrumah said, and I'll leave you with this. Nkrumah said, the best way to fight corruption is to build a strong public opinion against it. I know you want to hear it again. The best way to fight corruption is to build a strong public opinion against it. How do you build a public opinion? A strong public opinion. Advocacy. What we are doing now. What Kwesi Pratt Jr. has been doing. Kweku Bakun has been doing. You talk like you are preaching. Instill discipline and morality to the people without necessarily moralizing it on them. It's like you preach to somebody without necessarily judging the person. Do you get it? That way, we'll be able to reach there. It's a problem of the mind. I want to thank you. I want to appreciate you. Thank you so much for doing business with us. We appreciate you. We love you. And those who have done businesses with us before, we thank you. We appreciate you. We are looking forward to having you again. In the interim, this is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Hey!